when they did up the paper for consent on my DNA, they fill in the paper, May 2nd, missing persons case for Jack and Lily, and then they go through it, and then there's the box checked for criminal involvement, no criminal involvement, and they check the box for no criminal involvement, and I put my signature on it, and there was my consent.
Now, I have spoken about this before, but basically, either he's lying about it being voluntary, which is quite a possibility, given that he's made other claims like that he voluntarily handed over his phone, but then when he was trying to make Malaya look bad, he told another reporter that their phones were seized. He also at one point in time claimed that it was his idea about the polygraph exams and that he actually asked them to do the polygraph exams, as opposed to them going, this is part of our investigation. So we know there have been multiple times in the past when he's lied about his claims that he's doing things voluntarily. So either he has lied about this being something that was voluntarily done, and it was something that was actually ordered by the court. So under the Missing Persons Act, they could have made a request to the court to be able to get access to blood samples from him, Malaya, anybody else. And the judge would have approved it. And of course, if that was the case, then the form that is in front of you, or the pieces of the form that I broke up to make it easier for you to see, that would not have been the form that was used. It would be an internal form which doesn't appear on their website, because the form that I've just shown you is for a voluntary donor. So he's lying about one of two things, because this form for a voluntary donor does not, first of all, have anywhere to write down the date of the disappearance of Lily and Jack. All it has, you may have seen in the first screen, it has a box for case number. And then there's a list of statements which have to be initialed by the person who is making the voluntary donation of their blood, and at the end they put their signature and the date. There is nothing there that ticks a box saying this is not a criminal investigation. There is one paragraph here, paragraph C, which the only thing here that comes close to mentioning anything to do with a criminal investigation, and it's not a ticker box where you say it is or isn't a criminal investigation. It is saying here at the bottom paragraph, I understand that volunteering a biological sample may place me in criminal jeopardy. Matches could be used as evidence against me in a criminal investigation and in my subsequent prosecution. The information may also be used to eliminate me as a suspect of a designated offence. So, in actual fact, if he has done it voluntarily, the only thing that is on that entire form that relates to the possibility of criminality is this box that he has to initial, where he's acknowledging that they could use it against him in a criminal case. So, like I said, one of two things is happening here. Both of them are lies. Either he's lying about doing it voluntarily, in which case this form is irrelevant, or he's lying about the form, because we can see quite clearly there is no tick box on that form for them to say it is not a criminal case. Now, the most disturbing thing about what he's said here isn't so much the fact that he's lied, because he's done that consistently for the past 9 months. The most disturbing thing here is it is such a bold-faced lie, but in terms of his regular tells, you've got to watch really closely to see them. We're back down to micro-expressions. This is back to at the start of this case, when he was masking everything, and everything was basically micro expressions, and if you weren't really paying attention, you would miss them. And we've got that again here. He does actually, when he says missing persons case for Jack and Lily, you do see straight after that the lizard lip, but it's infinitesimal, barely pops out of the mouth, and then he continues on. When he's saying there's a box, he shakes his head, but again, we're talking about a micro expression here. It's not the usual very clear body language. Probably the only thing that he can't really hide is his blink rate. So there is an increased blink rate again. Now, when I discussed this not long after this interview originally came out, I mentioned that when he's describing the process of doing the sample, his blink rate slowed down, but it's increased again. And you will notice also that he's giving way less eye contact while he's saying this. So I think if someone went into this and they didn't know Daniel, they didn't know anything about this case, and they were to just look at that, they may have trouble spotting the deception. And that is what is the most disturbing thing for me. But one thing with this lie, this bold-faced lie, is that it shows us that a lot of the things that he's been saying, a lot of these lies that he's been coming out with, have been for the benefit of his public audience. Because obviously the RCMP are going to know that's a lie. He knows that's a lie because he actually filled out the form. So he is lying outright to try and convince the public. So it makes me wonder what other things there are where he may have told the RCMP one thing and then has publicly come out and said another thing. I suspect that probably a lot of these times when he's been trying to gaslight Malaya and trying to accuse her of things, that he probably hasn't done that with the RCMP. But I think at the same time too, when you look at the way he speaks in these media interviews as opposed to the way he's spoken on people's channels or the comments he's put on Facebook or in people's chats, again, he is doing it in a different way. He is a chameleon. He is changing what he says, how he acts, for depending on his audience. A lot of these behaviours that we see in Daniel are the sort of behaviours that some people would look at and say, this person is a psychopath or a sociopath. Now, obviously, I'm not going to come out publicly and call anybody a psychopath or a sociopath. But what I'm saying here is that there are definitely some behaviours from Daniel that people could think point to that sort of thing. So my question for Daniel here is, which lie is it? Is it a lie that you were voluntarily allowing them to do a blood sample? In which case, then maybe the form that you filled in did have a box there for criminal involvement or no criminal involvement, because we can't see those forms. Or is the lie that it wasn't something you did voluntarily and that this is something that the RCMP got permission for with a judge under the Missing Persons Act in terms of a access request? Although I do think Rob McCammon has answered that for us, because he said about having to do everything to judicial standards, meaning they're not taking any chances. So I would imagine that it wasn't voluntary, that they put in a access request with a judge under the Missing Persons Act and got permission from a judge to get a blood sample from Daniel and probably also from Malaya. Because we saw with Stephen Stearns in the Maddie Soto case just how much these criminals will try and wheedle their way out of things. saying that they didn't really give their consent because they were forced to do something. Those sorts of things. So I don't often replay clips because obviously my videos would end up being really, really long. But I'm going to replay that last part of that clip for you to see. And I'm going to play it full speed. And then I'm going to slow it down to 0.7. Because I think for me, to really catch what was going on, I had to slow it down to 0.7. I know that I definitely missed the lizard lips when I was playing it at normal speed. So I'll play it at those two speeds for you.
And when they did up the paper for consent on my DNA, they fill in the paper, May 2nd, missing persons case for Jack and Lily. And then they go through it, and then there's the box checked for criminal involvement, no criminal involvement. And they check the box for no criminal involvement, and I put my signature on it, and there was my consent. And when they did up the paper for consent on my DNA, they fill in the paper, May 2nd, missing persons case for Jack and Lily. And then they go through it, and then there's the box checked for criminal involvement, no criminal involvement. And they check the box for no criminal involvement, and I put my signature on it, and there was my consent.
I've been good to